Hi, it's been a little while and I apologize. I haven't given you an update as to what we've been doing here on the church building in a while. I've done some work and took some video, but it just didn't turn out too well. So I'm going to walk around and just kind of show you some of the things we have been doing here on the building the last few months. First thing I want to show you is something you're probably familiar with if you've watched our videos before. This front wall, we were able to do a rough plastering on that and paint it. And we got some trim work up there to fill in the gaps. You do see some other plaster. I'll tell you about that in a moment, where I had to go back and fill in some more holes. So we got that looking a lot better, but we've had water come in again here at this window and down there at that window. We're unsure if the water is coming in from somewhere up top. There was one other place when we went up and fixed the coping stone back in February that we saw that was possibly a problem, but we couldn't reach it at the time with the scaffolding we had. But we've had no water come in at all since we fixed that stone. So there is potential that it's just coming through the outside wall, the stonework, because we've gotten more rain than even usual. I did have a guy take a look at this stonework on the front. He said it is in bad shape. They call it pointing, the grooves in between the stonework. He said all that does need to be replaced, and that's something he can do. So hopefully if we can get that done, we can stop some more of that water coming in. Now I'll go walk around here and show you. We still are waiting to get this side wall rendered. The company we were using, they're going to be unable to finish, and so we have hired another guy, the same guy that looked at the stonework on the front. And so as soon as he can get scaffolding up, he is going to finish the final coat, which I'll show you what that looks like. You may have seen this before, but the final coating will look really good. It's like this here. Our back wall is finished. The other guys were able to at least finish the back wall, so it looks really good back here. Something else back here we've had to work on are these drains. This one actually is covered up just to keep muck and stuff out of it, but this whole drain system goes all the way to that back corner over there, and it was stopped up, and so I had to hire someone to come out, and they use a pressurized water to blow the drains out. And when they did that, we found there was another drain here, and so I've got that covered for now. And then I had uncovered this one when I was fixing something else, and there's another drain hole there. I took our sink drain, I think done a video when we fixed it before, but it was just running across in the air over to that wall, and that was just an accident waiting to happen. It had broken before, so I ran it down the wall, went under the ground here, and ended up putting it in that new drain we found. And over here we had a big problem. I mentioned the drain was not draining correctly, and you heard me say that we've gotten a lot of rain over the last several weeks. But this whole area here, water was up almost to this level here. It was right around here, so in danger of getting in the building. And that's when we started digging this out, and I found this drain. I uncovered it all, and I had that company come and pressurize the line and blow all that muck and mire out of there that was stopping it up. And they gave me that metal grate, and I poured some concrete there, and we've covered that. So once everything gets a little drier, I'm gonna make this look a lot better than it does right now. Try to put some dirt and maybe even some concrete there and slope it so it'll go into that drain, and hopefully we won't have that problem again, because it was very close to getting in the building. Also had a problem with our front door recently. I fixed it once, but I'll show you kind of what it's doing. You go to open, it wants to stick. You have to really push it. It's with all the dampness and the weather change, I think the door's swelling, and I sanded there, and it worked really good for several weeks. But just after all that rain we got the last few weeks, it is starting to do the same thing again. And I don't want to take too much off of it, because as it gets warmer, I'm thinking it's going to go back to normal. So we're going to try to address that. That way it'll open and shut a lot easier. Weeks ago also moved the rendering material. We were using a parking lot for some apartments in the back. They gave us permission to do that, but it had been there so long, I didn't want to leave it there, because we told them it'd be temporary. So we carried it all around here. It took us a good while, and we stacked it all up there and covered it. So hopefully that'll keep it dry until they can come and do the rendering on the walls. And Well, that's just a quick update to some of the things we've been doing here at the chapel. The weather's not been the best, a lot of rain, as I told you before. The days are shorter, so we haven't got to do as much as we'd like, but we've been trying to do what we can. Right now, we're having to wait for some things to dry out so we can do some more upkeep and try to do some painting and just try to keep the chapel looking good and try to keep it maintained so it can be used for many years to come. Hopefully the rendering will be done soon. Again, like I said, I'm hoping to hear from him any day now that they're going to get started. So if you would help us pray about that. But I did want to get back with you. I apologize for it taking so long. I'm going to try to do better and try to keep you more informed and do some more interviews. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Brother Bill Goins, a dear friend of mine, I had a great time with him and allowing him to talk about his ministry. So we'll try to do more of that as well. But thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we appreciate you so much.